Hey everyone. Today, while exploring Magical Love Tale, Robbie knocked on Ceci's door again, but it stayed shut. He thought she'd never forgive him. But what Robbie didn't expect was that when they met again, Ceci wasn't furious as he thought. Instead, her eyes were filled with warmth. Soon after, Robbie followed Ceci into an empty study where a desk lamp flickered to life. Subtitle: The subdued and dim light gradually permeated throughout the room, and the atmosphere between the two individuals started to become hazy and filled with a subtle circumflex cutatal acute romantic in a more poetic sense allure. It turned out that Ceci and the butler's son, Robbie, were childhood sweethearts, growing up together, their long companionship stirring uncontrollable feelings. Secretly, they'd developed feelings for each other, but the gap between his servant and his employer made them hesitate to admit it. It wasn't until Robbie announced he would be leaving to study medicine for 6 long years that Ceci felt a rush of reluctance. This led to a heated argument by the pond, but an accidental revealing letter rapidly escalated their relationship. Just as they were becoming all lovey-dovey, they were caught by Ceci's younger sister, Briony. That moment, Brianna's curiosity about Robbie began to grow. The next day, the manor hosted a visit from a chocolate tycoon, and Robbie was invited. Everyone chatted as usual, but Brianna's gaze was like a dagger locked on Robbie. What she didn't know was that, beneath the table, Ceci's hand was firmly clasped around Robbie's, just moments before Briony discovered a letter in the room. She thought it was the explicit love letter. To her surprise, it's a note from the manor's foster twins who ran away. So, everyone began searching the manor for the twins, and Briony joined the hunt. But that night, she witnessed the most jaw-dropping moment of her life. As her flashlight flickered, she accidentally caught a glimpse of her cousin Lola being attacked in the bushes. In shock, her flashlight slipped silently to the ground, and the suspect. He also took the opportunity to quietly slip away under the cover of darkness, and then you lifted me up onto the ground. Then you pulled my eyes up. In my lifetime, I saw him, because I really can't explain. I will. And when the police questioned her, Briony adamantly pointed to Robbie. Did you see him? Yes, I saw him. Do you know it's him? Or did you just see him? Yes, I saw him. When my sister was questioned, she said, I don't have to believe everything, but let me tell you. It's quite altruistic, and to pin a crime on Robbie, Briony even sneaked into her sister's room to find the explicit love letter. Thus, when the ecstatic Robbie returned with the twins, he was met not with praise, but with a life-altering accusation. I love you, come back. Clueless, Robbie was taken away by the police without reason, while he stood there in shocked despair, and his mother was at a loss for words. Meanwhile, Briony, who watched everything unfold from the window, felt a strange sense of relief, as if a long-borne burden had finally been lifted. Little did she know, a lying butterfly fluttering its wings could completely change the course of someone's life. And so, Robbie endured 4 years of imprisonment, and in the final year, she enlisted to leave prison early and, after years, met someone unforgettable in a cafe. It was Ceci, the girl he had been longing for. I'm sorry, my love. A simple greeting made Ceci's eyes well up, and by then, she had already broken away from her family. She had become a nurse, and her faith in Robbie never wavered. Her love remained unchanged. Slowly, Ceci placed her hand on Robbie's, as if to convey her undying affection. However, Robbie gently withdrew his hand from hers and said, Come back. Ceci's words made Robbie, once insecure, feel resolute again. But good times are often fleeting, and with urgency, Ceci had to rush off to work, while Robbie had to head to the battlefield. Before parting, they agreed that after the war, they would move to a quaint blue and white beach house together and host a romantic wedding there. Ceci handed Robbie a photo of the seaside cottage, destined to be their future home. Robbie. Gazing at the bus, Robbie mustered strength and chased, yearning for one more look at Ceci. But Ceci slowly vanished with that red bus, and thus, Robbie stepped onto the battlefield with visions of Ceci in his heart. He traversed dense woods and ventured into smoke-filled war zones. He witnessed gut-wrenching scenes, as lives full of potential were stolen by war, and Robbie did not escape the harshness either. He was accidentally hit in the chest by shrapnel, but oddly enough, there was no bleeding. Yet, it didn't heal, and the only thing keeping him alive was a photo of Ceci in the letters from her. Soon after, they finally found their long-lost battalion. At that moment, they were organising the largest evacuation in history, the Dunkirk evacuation. This had once been a huge amusement park, but now it felt completely enveloped in despair and fear, with the dilapidated carousel spinning in the nightmare of amusement. In the distance, thick smoke billowed, with charred documents and broken-down ships, as nearly 300,000 soldiers ground under the weight of war. They appeared like forgotten relics of time, and Robbie's condition only deteriorated. He scoured the crowd, searching for a drop of clean water. After scouring many places, Robbie found no trace of water. He finally made his way to a large screen showing soldiers saying goodbye to their loved ones. Each moment kindled his longing for Ceci to an intense peak. That night, while Robbie and another soldier were scanning the area, he inadvertently spotted a familiar. He instinctively followed the figure, only to realize it was his mother, far away. She gently cupped his foot, wanting to wash away the burdens of his journey, and however, Robbie simply said, "She's been waiting for me." As an explosion echoed, Robbie dashed out, gun drawn. It turned out all that had just happened was merely a hallucination brought on by his extreme weakness. His comrades soon noticed Robbie's peculiar behavior and quietly followed him. Strangely, Robbie was determined to keep moving forward. But if you really enjoyed this tale, don't forget to give a like and subscribe to us.